What is up, folks? This is my 2012 Lexus RX 350. Even though this car is 10 years old, it still is in great condition. The paint held up pretty well. I mean, overall it looks really nice. It's got these standard Lexus tires, nothing particular. It's got roof rail, which looks pretty cool with the black color. I really like that. The front of this car looks pretty modest. Looks like a classic Lexus from that era. I kind of like this front grille design better than the later RX models. I will show you guys how the trunk looks like. The trunk space is pretty decent. You can probably fit a few luggage or other items in here. I love the design language on this car. I really love the metal chrome on the sides as well. And I feel like overall it's got a pretty good design. Lexus does a great job on designs, in my opinion. Alright, I'll show you guys how the back seat looks like. There's a decent space. I feel like there's plenty of room in here. And I'm about 5'10", but I can easily fit in here. We got a good amount of headroom as well. And overall, the back seat is pretty comfortable. I'll shut the door so you guys can see how isolated the cabin is in this car. I really love that. There's the cup holder right in the middle. It's got a really nice wood trim. You click that, and then here's decent sized cup holders. And here's some storage area right here. You can put a lot of items here. That's kind of nice. There's vents here as well for the rear passengers. There's also reading lights, which is kind of cool. So yeah, this is the back seat. Alright, get into the driver's seat on my Lexus RX 350. When you just open the door, you just see this beautiful interior with the wood trim. All the leather seats, as you can tell, are still in pretty good shape. Again, this car is 10 years old, and the leather seat, there's no wear or tear. There's no major issues with the leather seat, even though this car is 10 years old. This is the interior of RX 350. There's plenty of storage. There's really nice wood trim that hides two decent cup holders. The middle console got all the buttons. Very typical shifter, Toyota Lexus shifter. We've got the sunroof, which is being controlled right over here on the top portion. And yeah, overall, this is a really quiet, really beautiful interior in my opinion. Now we're gonna go ahead and take it to a test drive. One of the things that I immediately do when I get into this car is to turn on the ventilated seats, which is a great feature, especially during the summer. I really love doing that. The engine in this car is super smooth, super quiet. I really love how this thing drives. The transmission on this car is pretty smooth. It's a 6-speed automatic transmission. I feel like it's well refined overall. It shifts pretty smooth, you wouldn't really hear it. And I feel like it's got some kind of electronic control too, so that kind of helps when the car shifts. Both the transmission and engine on this car is bulletproof, super reliable. I've never heard anywhere people complaining about this engine or transmission. So Lexus RX 350 from this era are pretty well put, I want to say. They can easily last up to 300,000 miles, no issues. My car in particular has 148,000 miles on it, which isn't horrible. When I got this car, it had roughly 127,000 miles on it. I've driven around 20,000 miles, no issues. All I did was to change oil, which is a regular maintenance. So yeah, I didn't really do much on this car other than just changing the oil. I'll hit the gas a little bit so you guys can see how fast this thing can go. This car has 3.5 liter V6 engine. The specific engine code is 2GRFE. And this engine has a lot of applications across Toyota and Lexus models. You would find the exact same engine on Toyota Highlander, Toyota Sienna. I believe Lexus ES 350 has the same engine. So knowing that this engine was used across different cars and models, that's a good feeling. You would know that you can easily find parts, you can easily get it fixed. So I really like that. And this car overall is pretty well isolated, I want to say. You don't really hear much road noise, you don't really hear much traffic when you're in it. It's smooth, it's comfortable, the seats are amazing. It just makes you want to drive and drive. I I cannot even describe it well. This is hands down one of the best cars I've ever owned. The air conditioning works great during the summer. Now, this particular model that I have is just a base model from that year. And so I don't really have the fancy navigation or Lexus's infotainment system. This is just a screen that doesn't really have much on it other than just radio and some air conditioning information. But I'm fine with that. So if you're in the market trying to find a reliable SUV, I 100% recommend Lexus RX from this era. They're comfortable, they're reliable, they're affordable. The overall quality of the interior, I believe, is pretty good. All the buttons work. There's no tear or damage. So I'm pretty happy about that. The gauge cluster is pretty typical Lexus, I want to say. Nothing fancy, just the basic information. Alright guys, thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave your comment down below. If you would like to have more content like this, please consider subscribing my channel. And thank you so much for watching my video. I hope I will see you guys on the next one.